We're live. What's up, peeps?
How's it, bros? How are you guys doing today?
Oh, what's going on, my dude? How we doing?
We're doing good. You're doing good. My side, your side.
I'm doing all right. It's raining right now.
It's raining. It was raining earlier by me.
We had a couple of good days of weather. It was really nice, hitting like the lower 70s, upper 60s. And then today, I mean, it was a nice day. It was warm, but yeah, it started raining, I don't know, maybe around noon, 1 o'clock here, Eastern time. And, and it's been raining since. I have to be specific because I know like you're on a different coast and you got different time. And so.
Absolutely crazy. Otherwise, what's new in your world?
Not that much. Oh, there's my Jkl Awesome. Hey!
Hey, little K, how you, bro?
She always shows up. I'm doing all right. Like, kind of tired. My schedule at work changed, so I've been working, but I'm off tomorrow, so I'm good. As far as pops, I got some new stuff coming. I got two here that I can show that I don't plan on doing videos on, or at least they'll probably just be part of a different video. But considering you just did one.
Oh, Pokemon. Listen, I actually keep mine out of my box.
Yeah. But I got the flocked and the flocked Pikachu. So these were GameStop exclusives. I ended up picking up. My GameStop still had a couple of them left. So I was like, all right, I'll grab them. So so
getting this pop this week, I tell you, made my day. Like I actually opened it. I don't know if you could actually see in the video. Like I was busy opening it, and I was like, as I'm looking at it, the name thing distracted me because I'm still confused about the whole name thing.
Yeah. I actually went and looked at mine when you said that. I was like, I don't think the boxes are like that. And no, our boxes aren't like that. It only has the one name on them.
So I don't know if it's just for you because I watched a lot of the American and the other videos, and it doesn't actually show any of the other names.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
Actually they actually look pretty evil, those other names on there. But anyway, so as I'm opening it, I'm looking at this pop, and it's the smallest pop I've ever seen. Like, it was so tiny.
Yeah.
And I'm taking out a box, and I was like, it's going to get lost. Like, it's so small. And my little dog doesn't like it.
Oh.
I'll have it in my hand, and she'll bark. I'll get another pop, and she'll be fine. But as soon as I have this one...
so it's particularly Bulbasaur. Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Doesn't like Bulbasaur. That's all right. You got to be careful with that. You're going to put it down somewhere, come back and find it chewed up.
Keep it high up.
That's the good thing here. I don't have any pets, so I got pops all over the floor, man. They're just everywhere.
Laying everywhere.
Yeah, I need some new shelves. I keep waiting because Walmart and Target, they're not delivering for whatever reason. So I have to wait for them to start delivering again. Well, I won't say they're not delivering. They're delivering certain things, but for whatever reason, they're not delivering the shelves. So once they start delivering again, I'll get a couple of new shelves because I'm not going to pick them up.
I'm just lazy. I got the shelves I made ready. I just haven't.
I could do smaller shelves like that, but I like the big bookshelves.
Oh, you like bookshelves, yeah.
I have so many that I need to just put them all in the bookshelves. They just fit. Yeah.
You see, the room that I keep it in is very small. So if I put a bookshelf in here, half the room's going to be taken up.
So you need to keep the smaller shelves. Well, you're going to get there eventually, man. I'm telling you. Because listen, most people I know that collected pops who had small collections, they're like, oh no, I only got a couple here or there. I speak to them now and they're like, yeah, I got about 30, I got about 60, it's just going to keep going up because you're going to keep getting them and eventually you're going to need space.
Eventually. Well, look, I've already warned the wife. I said, I'm going to come all the way down the stairs, along the wall, downstairs, put shelves up everywhere.
Yeah, they're gonna be everywhere, man. You're gonna be figuring out places to put them. Okay, I could put these over here, and I could put these here, and I could put these up there. Oh, it's gonna happen. Inbox, out of box, however you want to do it. You're gonna figure out a way. Oh boy. So I don't know if you saw, but the Funko Shop had a drop today. I took a nap.
Yeah.
I saw the drop was coming. I sent a shout to everybody who I knew would be able to jump on it. I posted on my Instagram. I took a nap, so I had no idea what was coming out. I know it was a TV themed. I thought maybe it would be the Flintstones ones because I know they're supposed to be coming out with some new Flintstone pops.
Fred with the cereal bowl or something, isn't it?
Yeah, Fred and I think Barney. But yeah, I went to sleep. I woke up. I checked, and it was Dwight from The Office dressed as Meredith, I think. There was one episode where he was messing with Jim with the snowballs, and he had all these different disguises to pretend he was other people in the office. So he was dressed as Meredith in the pop, and one was Sideshow Bob from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And the other one was a character from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I don't know the character. I don't get the reference. I never watched the show. Well, no, I did watch the first episode of the show, so I know what it's about. But so I was kind of like, okay. I mean, of course, I would like to get the Dwight, but I have so many different versions of Dwight, and it's like, it's not a big deal. That's not one of them that I'm like, oh, I gotta have. So I kind of feel like unless you're a Simpsons fan or a Sunny in Philadelphia fan, it's kind of a dud.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You're a big Office fan, aren't you, though?
Yes. Yeah. And I mean,
I haven't watched an episode, believe it or not.
You haven't? Oh, it's a good show.
Not even one. Like I might maybe after this I'll have a look at something.
I mean, it's definitely kind of cringy now because of some of the humor. Like, you know, the world has changed a lot since it's been on the air. So some of the jokes are kind of like, ooh, that wasn't a good joke, but it's still a pretty funny show. I mean, anybody who's worked in an office should understand, like, some of the situations they go through in the show. That's what you've gone through at your own office. And you're like, yes, I understand that. I mean, not everything that happens on the show, because obviously certain things are played up for laughs, but a lot of the stuff that happened in the show, you kind of go, yeah, I've had a coworker like that before. Or, yeah, I've had that happen before. And then once you start to learn the characters, it's like, okay, you just watch the show for the show, but still situations come up where you're like, yep, I get it. Like,
so it's like a real feel office deal.
Yeah, at least to me it is. I don't know if everybody would feel that way, but I kind of felt that way. But yeah, like as an Office fan, I was kind of like, okay, another Office pop, great. But at the same time, it's Dwight, and you know, if it was a different character that doesn't have so many variants already, it would have been more exciting. But
yeah,
I was just kind of like,
is this Dwight character? Is he like one of the main characters or something at least?
Yes. Yes, he's one of the main characters.
Constantly like a Dwight pop, I've noticed.
Yeah, Dwight, Jim, Michael, they have the most pops. They're three of the main 4 or 5 characters. So yeah, they always have a pop coming out. And it's like, all right, enough. Like, there are other characters that had different looks you could do. And there's a bunch of characters they haven't even come out with yet. So it's like, what are you waiting for?
Yeah, for sure.
I wonder if it has something to do with licensing, because I know once you license a show, you can use the characters, but some people I know have to give their permission for you to use their likeness. So even if you have a license for the show, you might not have a license for every character because you don't have the license to use their likeness. So that could be it.
Yeah, maybe they just signed over this amount of pops per character, and this guy signed off many, obviously, I suppose.
Yeah, so I don't know, but you know, as far as Funko Shop drops go, I mean, I guess if you're a Simpsons fan, it would be good because I don't know if they've done that character before. I'm pretty sure they have, but I don't know.
Had to have. I mean, Simpsons is a big line, so I'm sure they've done a sideshow Bob before.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't paid attention, so I mean, I'm not huge on The Simpsons. Not saying I don't like the show. For
The show's
anybody,
awesome. Show's awesome.
it's a good show. It's funny. I've watched it before, but I'm not a fan. I don't watch weekly. There's a crazy amount of episodes I know I haven't seen. So, when the pops come out, I kind of go, okay, that's a cool one, and then never get it.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
And as far as It's Sunny in Philadelphia, if you're a fan of that show, then this pop would be exciting for you because I'm sure there aren't a lot of those pops out.
Yeah,
There's probably about 6 of them. So, but other than that, I was just kind of like, it was what it was. I'm glad I didn't lose any sleep for it because I really needed a nap.
to be honest, when I saw the post on Instagram, what you posted, and I actually wanted to see how it's done when they unveil the shop exclusives for that time period or whatever. And I wanted to see how they do it, and then I actually forgot, and I logged on to Funko like I think it was 10 minutes after it happened. I was like, typical me, like, and I was shocked only to see 3 pops. I thought there would be more than 3 pops. I was like, okay, it's only 3 pops. So.
Yeah, usually when they do the Funko exclusives, it's only a few at a time. So it's sometimes 1, 2, maybe 3. So yeah, so that didn't surprise me. I mean, usually what they do is they'll put the preview up, like the screenshot I took and that I put on Instagram. That's kind of the preview, and then they'll shut down the page for like 10 minutes while they change it, because when they do their exclusives, that's all they're going to sell for that amount of time. So they kind of just shut down the page, and then at 11 a.m. here, well, no, 2 p.m. here, 11 a.m. Eastern, and I don't know what time it is for you. I'm never going to get that. Then you have to refresh, and when the page pops up, then whatever pops on sale are going to be there. Then you just kind of put them in, do whatever. And then after a while, I think they give it like an hour, and then they'll shut down the page and then switch it back to the old version, to the regular version of the page. And anything left from the exclusives will be there. And when I woke up, I checked. So some of them were still there, but the Dwight wasn't there. So I didn't even know that Dwight was part of the exclusives. I had to look it up. I was like, what? It was only these 2? I was like, nah, it couldn't just be those 2. Then I looked and I saw that it was Dwight also. So Dwight must have sold out. I'm sure it did because the office is big, and most versions of Dwight sell out. So it doesn't surprise me, but it wasn't one that I wanted. So no big deal for me. I was kind of like,
no loss in love, no.
Exactly. So, oh boy. All right. So what are we going to get into? I guess we're going to jump into what are you doing today?
Okay, so I'm doing wrestling this week.
All right. So we're going to jump into some wrestle talk.
Wrestle talk. Okay, so I wouldn't say it's wrestle talk as such, but just character preview and a pop preview. And the guy I'm doing today and the reason I decided to do this today is because there's a little pay-per-view coming around the corner. I think it's about 2 weeks' time. Called Survivor Series.
Survivor Series. I thought they stopped Survivor Series. They brought it back?
They might soon.
Oh, okay.
Going to what I'm going to say now. It's going to be Undertaker's final farewell. And then the reason, I know you're laughing because his last farewell was happening already.
He's had his farewell,
but this is his Survivor Series farewell, because as you know, in 1990 he debuted at
Survivor Series.
Series.
Yes, I was watching that live. Oh my god, 1990. Woo. Okay, go ahead.
I didn't watch it live because I was. I hadn't become a fan yet. But I saw the replays and everything, and it was crazy. Who's this guy? He's gigantic. Look at the size of this man.
Yeah,
crazy good.
Oh, it was ridiculous when he debuted. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the first big man to do the things that a big man normally couldn't do.
Right. Exactly.
I think he was built at. Yeah. So the reason for that is, as I say, Survivor Series is coming around the corner. It's his farewell, and I'm not doing Undertaker pop, but I'm doing hopefully his successor as the evil force of WWE, or the Dark Force, or the Face of Fear, as he's been once called. I'm going to be doing Bray Wyatt, the Fiend.
Oh,
All right. Really, really sick pop. I'm going to take a look at it now, just a few minutes. Really, really cool pop. I love the way they did this. They actually get the image of him so fantastically done.
Yeah.
The mask is creepy as hell. Leather jacket. They got he's got these little training gloves. Let me try and get it to thing. Okay, you can't really.
Cool.
So anyway, on the gloves it says hurt or heal, and they actually put that on the gloves, which is absolutely awesome. And
Cool.
the detail is sick on this pop, and literally my favorite pop at the moment. It's sitting side and side by another pop, and so the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. He was once known, before the Fiend, he was known as Bray Wyatt, and he kind of had a persona or gimmick of a, how can I say, a swamp. No, I can't say swamp. What is that doesn't make sense when I say it. Maybe like a swamp land cult leader. You know, he lives in the bayou, or the bayou. What do you call it? Bayou.
Yeah, the bayou. Yeah,
the bayou. Yeah,
you're right.
And he struck up this whole cult leader type thing, and he had followers, and eventually called it the Wyatt family. And
I remember all that.
that was when he was known as the face, or the new face of fear. And at that point, you came to the realization: yes, Undertaker's retiring. We've got the new face of fear in the WWE. Everyone's excited, and as per usual, WWE dropped the ball, and they don't do it, and they decide to give the retirement match to Roman Reigns and not Bray Wyatt, which was like, oh, come on. But anyway, besides that point, so a few years later, moving on, 2019, the Fiend Bray Wyatt is born, and it's the greatest gimmick at the moment, in my opinion, because it's the only thing that's really keeping me watching wrestling. Everything else is so boring. A little bit about Bray Wyatt. He is actually and I didn't know this, funny enough, a third-generation superstar.
Oh, yes.
His grandfather is, I don't know if you know this guy, Blackjack Mulligan.
Yes, I know who Blackjack Mulligan is. Yeah.
Mulligan or Milligan, I don't know how you pronounce it.
Mulligan,
and I didn't know. I knew his father was IRS Mike Rotunda.
Okay.
You know, the guy came with the tax, and he came in with the slacks and the white. Yeah. I knew he was his father and everything, but I didn't know his grandfather was
Blackjack Mulligan. Nice. I didn't know that.
I think the reason I didn't know that is because Mike Rotunda married Mulligan's daughter, Stephanie. So it's his grandfather from his mother's side.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. All right. So that kind of scared me there. I was like, wait a minute.
Wait, what's going on? This is too deep, bro.
Wait a minute. I said, oh, okay. Yeah, he married his daughter. So, yes, he's a third generation through his mother's father and his father.
So technically from both sides of his family, which is really cool.
Okay. Gotcha.
So, and as you know, if you are any sort of generational superstar, you're kind of like royalty. So I think that's why you'll notice with Bray Wyatt, it seems that he's got a lot of sorry. Ooh.
It's okay.
He's got a lot of creative control on his character, and a lot of people are saying that's why it's lasted so long. In regards to the cult leader and the Fiend.
Right.
Which is really exciting, and I actually hope he doesn't lose control of that, because it will be drowned and we won't see the Fiend anymore.
Yeah.
But moving on to what makes this a little bit interesting, this topic, and why I also wanted to talk about it, is it just ties with so many dark characters in the sense of, as I mentioned before, The Undertaker. And what I'm hoping for...
Don't worry,
is at Survivor Series, Undertaker does some sort of handing the torch down to Bray Wyatt as the new. Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm not too sure. Bray Wyatt hasn't got anything set for Survivor Series yet, so I think that's possible. I don't know. I'm hoping. I'm holding.
Hoping that he gets to go in there. Yeah.
You know,
to
be honest, I would love to see Bray Wyatt tear Undertaker apart, because that would be a perfect way to set it.
Yeah,
that's a perfect way to get heat on a character. In my opinion.
Let the Undertaker get him over. That would be cool.
That would be absolutely sick.
Yeah. Is that
And,
this Sunday for Survivor Series?
I think it's the Sunday after.
Okay.
I'm not mistaken. I forget the date, but I think it's the Sunday after.
Okay.
Yeah, they haven't mentioned anything about Go Home Raw or SmackDown yet. But yeah, really, really excited for that. I'm hoping to see that and Bray Wyatt becoming the new face of evil in WWE. No one's ever going to compare to The Undertaker, obviously.
No, it's never going to happen.
30 years of greatness. But yeah, if there's anybody that could actually make an attempt at it, I would definitely say it's Bray Wyatt.
Okay.
I read an article the other day, and I wanted to mention it too, was that Bray Wyatt, and he's doing a current storyline with a female superstar called Alexa Bliss.
Okay.
All right. And,
I know who she is.
The Fiend is apparently possessing Alexa Bliss and turning Alexa Bliss evil.
Evil. Okay.
Yeah. And a lot of people are comparing this to a Joker and Harley Quinn couple.
Oh, that that would actually be pretty cool, though.
So it is. It's like you got this whole evil thing and going, and it's like in comparison to Harley Quinn and the Joker. And what I'm hoping for, and if there is anybody that can do it, I suppose it would be Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Storyline wise, and I'm excited to see if they're going to go as far as making Bray Wyatt have an arch rival like the Joker had Batman, and they would battle for the next 5-6 years or something like that.
Yeah,
and
back
that's
and
something
forth.
I would love to see, to be honest, because you don't have rivalries that lasted long anymore.
Right. Yeah, it's usually a couple of months to the next pay-per-view, then a couple months with somebody else to the next pay-per-view, and then
it's never taken. It's not like the old days where someone would like feud for like a year, 2 years.
But
or something.
a lot of the feuds and rivalries from the old days, they were real, so that's why they lasted so long, because it was like
people really didn't
hate each other. So it's like, listen, I'm not working with this guy, and if I am with no, I'm not being his friend. I don't like this guy. So that's why they did a lot of switches. Like one guy would come to face, the other guy would be the heel. Now this one's going heel. Okay, your rivalry has to go face because they gotta fight each other all the time. So that was pretty cool. That sounds pretty cool.
So
I'd like to see that.
That's what I'm hoping for now. And it's just Bray Wyatt's the character of it. Just thinking back to this now, I actually got a video, funny enough, shameless plug, on my channel, where Bray Wyatt actually on his debut when he debuted as a Fiend last year. 4 years before that, he foreshadowed someone like the Fiend, and that's 4 years before it actually happened. And it makes you think like Bray Wyatt was planning this so far before,
right?
WWE knew about it because he spoke about the character in this video that I react to, and it's just, for me, it's amazing that it actually was allowed, because as you know yourself, not a lot of people get to have creative control of the characters,
right?
He brought this character to life, because if you actually look at the Fiend and you watch back this video, and as he describes his character in this video, you're like, bro, that was 4 years ago, and this guy is a gimmick in WWE today.
Right.
It's ludicrous. It's nuts. That's crazy.
That's actually pretty cool. I mean, it shows that like some wrestlers, they don't have the mental talent, I should say, to think that far ahead. And you could tell by some of the mic skills that they're not quick on their feet. And then you have some guys that are they're so deep that they can plan something like that out years in advance and, find a way to get there. Like whether it was something he thought, okay, well, in a couple of months, I'm going to switch to this character. Or if it was just like, I could say this stuff and it fits my character now. But in the future, if I change, people will go back and be like, oh, he had this set up for years. Like whatever it is, he knew what he was doing. And I find that incredible. And like you said, since he has creative control, that's pretty cool. I have to go back and find some old video and stuff, because I knew Bray Wyatt when he first came out, because I was still watching, like right when he was coming out was around the time when I was waning on watching. waning on
when you're
watching.
drifting,
Drifting away. There you go. Better way to say it. So, and I liked him. I liked the character. I liked the whole gimmick and everything. And I loved the music. I downloaded that damn song. And I still play it to this day. Sometime when I'm at the gym working out, it comes on. I'll be like, ooh, because I like that theme song. So yeah, this is the character that I'd be interested in. If anything, this character would get me back into watching. If anything, just to watch him, whatever show he's on. I'm like, all right.
What I don't know though, in regards to character control, I don't know if he had character control with Bray Wyatt, the Eater of Worlds / the face of the new face of evil, or if he just has creative control over the Fiend.
Oh, okay.
Either way, I suppose it's all just fantastic and beautiful in every sense of the way.
Yeah.
You watched last week. You watched his intro, his return.
Yes, I did watch the Fiend, the return, and
what did you think of it?
Yo, that was pretty cool, man.
I was like, when it was happening, I was like, "What the hell's going on, man?"
What is this?
What did you think about the new lamp? That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
That was weird. Okay. I don't understand why it's a head with the mouth open and the light come. I was like, okay,
that's
got
to be the old. That's meant to signify the old Bray Wyatt.
Okay, all right. So that's his old self. All right, because I don't understand like the gimmick as far as why the mask, why the change, what led up to it. Because I haven't looked at the history of it yet, but I went to watch the intro, his debut, and I was just kind of like, okay. And then the guy he was wrestling, Finn Balor, I actually liked him because didn't he used to come out in like face paint and stuff? Because he used to imitate
Finn
Marvel
Balor,
characters. Yeah, so there was a time when I used to watch his entrances because I knew he would always come out with something different. And then when I saw that it was Bray Wyatt versus Finn Balor, his debut, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I was like, okay, but he's not wearing anything. What happened? Like,
I think for that they didn't want to outshadow the Fiend's debut. You see, and I think if I'm not mistaken, I think the pay-per-view afterwards it was the Demon versus the Fiend. If I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
I don't have to double check on that.
Yeah, and both of those pops I've seen on shelves, and I never bought them because I'm like, I am not really into wrestling anymore. They both look super cool, and I was like, maybe I'll get them, maybe I won't. And now I want them, and I know I'm never gonna get them because they're just gone. And I'm sure they're expensive. I haven't looked up any pricing yet, but I'm sure they're expensive. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get them, maybe I won't. But I'm definitely excited to watch some wrestling again because this character, the Fiend, is right up my alley, man.
It's crazy. If anyone like the Fiend, it's kind of like, you're worried about WWE going in the direction of we're going to worry about people's feelings. We're going to worry about this and this. And then they bring someone out like the Fiend who's literally got someone's head over a lamp.
Yeah. And that's another thing. Yeah.
It's like, bro, this is not PG. This is not for kids. What the hell is going on?
Right. Because WWE definitely toned back a lot. Like after the Attitude Era, you could see that they were starting to pull back because, of course, they won the Monday Night Wars. And it was like, well, we don't have to go as hard anymore. We got all the talent. We got all the money. We got all the viewers. But then it just gradually started becoming more and more PG to a point where I don't know if it was the company deciding, listen, we're going to pull back and make things more kid-friendly, or if it was the networks going, all right, you guys are too violent. You got to pull it back. Because, sometimes the networks tell you the level you could get away with.
What they want to see, yeah.
And if you go too far, you start getting fined. So I'm not sure if it was which one of those it was, but you could tell it just became way too. See, I don't even want to say too kid friendly. Like it's a bad thing, but it's wrestling. Like things get violent.
To be like that, yeah. I think it was more or less a combination of quite a few things moving over to a new era, and the fact that they had no competition anymore.
Right. So without competition,
they didn't need
you
to
don't
go
have
hard
to
anymore.
push as much. Right.
They didn't have to do anything really at that time because they had literally bought two of the biggest promotions that was against them at that time.
Right. So
they didn't really need to,
Yeah, they bought out the competition.
They bought the company where all their wrestlers was jumping to.
Yeah. So now it's like, now what are you going to do? Where are you going to go now?
You're
You're stuck here.
So I suppose there was nothing left for them to actually market in anymore because they've got it. So I suppose maybe marketing wise, they moved over to, hey, let's sell it to the kids.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because that's what most companies do. Like a lot of cartoons, when they come out, like whether it doesn't matter how popular they are as far as the show, if the toys and the merch isn't selling, the show gets canceled. Like the cartoon could be super popular, but if it's not selling toys, it's not selling clothes, it's not selling action figures, the show gets canceled. So I'm looking at WWE and I'm like, all right, well, of course they get people to come to the shows because, you know, even when the shows come to New York, I'm not even into it anymore. And it's like, if I can go, I'll go. Like, because it's always a good atmosphere. I mean, it's always a good time.
It's a good you're right. It's
so,
like you don't even need to be a fan.
Right.
At all.
So it's like
just a cool thing.
Now it seems like they're more concerned with moving merch. Like, you know, and I kind of blame John Cena for that, man.
Listen, I blame John Cena freaking hard for that, man.
Because he became that guy, and you know the kids loved him, and they bought all his stuff, and it just became like, all right, we're gonna sell merch, man. We gotta cater to these kids. And while it's a good business plan, because we all know, as kids, when we were kids, you know, we bug our parents for stuff that we wanted, and you know, your parent eventually gave in and, you know, got you something that you asked for. Maybe not everything, but something. And as parents now, you know, we do the same thing. Our kids beg and beg and beg, and you may not get it on the spot, but eventually you're like, okay, they like WWE stuff. So Christmas comes around, here's a bunch of wrestling toys.
It made it easy for them, yeah.
Yeah, right. So yeah, so they could sell all types of stuff now. So having a character like the Fiend, and it's like definitely more adult orientated. I want to know what the marketing plan is for that. Like, are they selling a bunch of Fiend action figures, or is it just like
they actually do? They're selling figures. They're selling the mask. Which is really, really cool. Yeah, he's actually got his own championship belt too, because he's been champion a few times already. It's actually creepy as hell. I don't think I'll spend money getting it.
Oh, I gotta see it.
It's really creepy. It's basically his mask spread out over a title belt.
I did see it. I was at a store. Where was I? It's called the Heroes Hideout in Albany, and they got like walls and walls of pops. I actually have video on it. I haven't done a video yet. I got to put that together. But they had a bunch of the belts up, and there was one up there that had like a face on it, and I was like, "What the hell?" Because at the time, I didn't know.
You didn't know who the Fiend was, yeah.
Right now, I get it. Okay.
Right. It's basically his mask just spread out over the title belt.
Okay. Like, now I get it.
Have something like that hanging on your wall. You wake up in the middle of the night, you die of a heart attack.
Right. Oh, Mr. Takebot's in the house. He said Stone Cold, because Stone Cold said so. What's up,
T? How you doing, brother?
How you doing? You say you haven't watched wrestling since the Montreal School Drought. Damn, that was what, 97? Jeez.
Bro, that is a whole new topic. I tell you, you can sit and talk about that for hours. Like,
oh yeah. Listen, I was heartbroken.
Really?
Heartbroken.
Considering the circumstances behind that, but like, oh, man.
Oh, because Bret Hart was my favorite wrestler ever. Well, yeah,
Bret Hart was popular then. Shawn Michaels was extremely popular then.
Yeah, and that broke my heart when I saw that. And when he went to WCW, I almost went with him. I mean, I watched WCW, but I was still a WWE guy. And it was like, I was so upset. And my friend, who I used to watch wrestling with, Shawn Michaels was his favorite wrestler. Bret Hart was my favorite wrestler. So at the time when they were, going against each other, it was always a battle between us because we fought for our favorite wrestler. And then when the screw job happened, he was way too happy and I was way too pissed. Like, we almost literally fought. Like, come on, man. Blackjack Mulligan is related to John Bradshaw. Just caught the last part of that combo. Yeah,
he's actually intrigued me with that conversation because I'm actually my head's overworking now and I'm busy thinking about it now because
I don't know. I mean,
Bradshaw wasn't it?
I don't know.
Blackjack something. It wasn't his. I'm sure it was his brother.
when he first came out.
Wasn't he wrestling with his brother or something? Wasn't it?
He was wrestling with someone else. I don't know if it was his brother, but yes, he did. He did debut with someone else. Well, I can't say debut, but I know he did wrestle with someone else.
Blackjacks or something.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were like the Blackjacks or something like that. I mean, I could look it up real quick, but I'm not gonna go through that. We'll if we find it later or you think of it, then we'll go with it. But yeah, they there's certain wrestling history I know because I was huge into WWE back in the day. It's just a big chunk of it from about 2014 to 2016. I was in and out, and then from 2016 to now, I really haven't paid too much attention. I mean, I know some of the wrestlers because I paid attention enough to like know, okay, oh, this guy, he's the new up and comer, and a lot of the female wrestlers, because I love female wrestling, and I was so happy that they finally went this female wrestling movement and started letting them actually wrestle, because I won't say I hated, but a lot of the divas stuff, it was just like, okay, women coming out and putting on a show. It wasn't like really wrestling, but now they're actually wrestling, and I'm like, okay, I like that.
Yeah, I mean, diva wrestling or female superstar wrestling has just dramatically changed the.
Yeah. Actually, I started watching. Another way I kept up is I started watching. What was the show? They had their reality show, Total Divas. I started watching that because I like Natalia because the Heart Foundation and all that. Now I love Naomi because her and her partner. Like I started to get out of it when they were coming in. The funk. Yeah. What do they call the Funkettes? The funk. No, not the Usos. Yeah, the Funkadactyls. Yeah. And so that kept me in, and then the Bellas. So that kept me kind of, even though I didn't know what was happening on the show, I knew like with this reality show, I was getting information. So I was kind of like, okay, I can watch this. This is pretty cool, without having to actually watch the wrestling. Since I got all the female wrestlers, I was like, all right, I like this. So that kind of kept me involved a little bit too. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to start watching again. Just if anything, to keep up with the Fiend, and that'll get me into other stuff. So we'll see.
Yeah, for sure. I'd say the only thing that's keeping me into wrestling at the moment is the Fiend, and then also what is that now?
TechBot is going to bed. All right, TechBot. Glad you showed up.
Thanks for popping in.
Trust me, that's fine because when you do your live stream, TechBot After Dark on Friday, I'm already in bed. So
I'm in dreamland. That's when that's live. What is it? It's like 1 a.m. for me.
Yeah. So
and I'm like, bro. Yeah. I think I woke up in the middle of the night the one night, and I think of the last one, and I checked my thing, and it showed that it was on. So I quickly went in and I saw what it was about. I was like, okay, I can't.
You're like, hey. You did like the waving emoji and then bounce back to bed. That's usually what I do. If I get in somebody's stream, if I know I can't stay, I'll do like a wave, or I'll say a quick, hey guys, how you doing? Can't stay. And then I'm out.
But yeah, so the Fiend is one of the storylines keeping me. And then also the Roman Reigns storyline on SmackDown at the moment. Really, really intriguing by both of them. So it's literally, I'm actually lucky enough to have 2 storylines on either of the show to keep me intrigued.
Cool.
If it wasn't that, I would be out of the main show and just on NXT.
Yeah, I heard NXT came up too. I remember when it first came around, and it was just kind of like the development show, and now it's like one of the big deals. So that's pretty cool too.
It's hot as hell now, yeah. Hunter's taking it over, so.
Yeah, I did hear that he took over NXT. But one thing I realized is a lot of third generation wrestlers, they really they shine because it's like, first of all, wrestling's in their blood. And second, it's like they grew up in it. So they've been backstage since little kids. So they already understand the business. So as soon as they get in the ring, it's kind of like they're just set to be superstars. So I don't find it that difficult to believe Bray Wyatt is at the point he is now that I know he's a third generation star. So yeah, it's kind of like,
he was second generation. And I realized he's third generation. It's like, that's nuts.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, makes sense. Got it. All right. So
sweet.
What do we got? He said, it's all good. I understand. Yeah, we know TechBot. So don't even worry about it. The fact that you even popped in, that's good enough. I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. All right, so we jumped from Wrestle Talk. You thought we messed up? Nope. We still got some pop talk, JKL pop talk. And
Jkl.
this week, since we went dark side with Bray Wyatt, and you can see I got on my dark side shirt, we had to go dark side Star Wars, right?
That's really cool. I went dark side. I got all what?
All I got was this lousy t-shirt.
That's a cool t-shirt, bro.
So, of course, you might be thinking, we're going dark side, got to be Darth Vader, right? No, I'm not doing Darth Vader. Bam! Emperor Palpatine, the darkest of the dark side.
To be honest, I actually thought you were going to do Vader, to be honest. I really think.
If you think, of course, you think going dark side, Vader's my favorite. I don't think I'm ever going to do Vader because I will sit here and talk about Darth Vader for like 3-4 hours. So I'm not going to go there.
You threw us with a swerve.
Bam! A swerve is right. So he's bobbling away because, you know, he's really a bobblehead. Cool, you see the face. He's got the lightning coming out of his fingers. Yep. Bro. It's awesome. I mean, again, it's kind of a plain pop because he's in his robe, although the robe does have some nice detail to it.
The detail in the robe is fantastic.
Yeah, that's something that they've been doing a lot lately because a lot of the older pops, when they had like hoods or robes, it's flat. It's just smooth.
It's smooth, yeah.
So now that you can see they've been putting detail into it, like the detail in his face. Sorry, I keep going the wrong way because the camera's reversing on me. And I love the lightning that comes out his fingers. This is actually a set because this one, and I should have pulled it out beforehand. This one go together. The Darth Vader with him getting electrocuted, and this is the one where he was shocking him. So it's actually a set. I found that pretty cool when they came out. I was like, oh, I can't believe they did that. And this is the glow in the dark Target exclusive, and they also have a regular one. So that was pretty cool.
Something that's always intrigued me though, those stands that these Star Wars pops come on, do they come off?
Some of them they do because I took one out, one of my droids, and it actually came off. I don't know if it's meant to come off, but it popped right off. And I've never actually tried to take another one off because I'm scared it's not really supposed to. And I'm not going to do it with this figure. Maybe another figure. I'll attempt to take it off, but I'm not going to take that one off. Hold on, sorry. I'm dropping stuff. So yeah, I'm not going to try to pull this one off because if I break it, I'll be upset. But Emperor Palpatine, most people don't know. His first name is Sheev. Sheev Palpatine. Yes, Sheev. He's from Naboo, which you should have known if you watched the movies. But if you don't, he's from Naboo. I'm going to try to give you as much history as I can remember about him. I don't know that much, but I probably know more than I think I do. I just can't think of it right now. Okay. When he was younger, his family had money, and he had always tried to convince his father to go into politics so they could gain more power. His father really didn't care about power. He's like, listen, we got money. We're well off. What else do we need? So even as a youngster, he craved power. He was kind of upset at his parents because, you know, first his father didn't want to go into politics and his mother was content. So he was like, you know, you guys suck. You know, so for a long time, he pretty much hated his name, Sheev. So people started just referring to him as Palpatine because he had kind of been like, no, don't call me by that name. He got into searching. Actually, I forgot how it happened. In one of the books, I didn't read the book, but I saw a video about somebody talking about it, and he started getting into Sith artifacts, which is how he decided he wanted to be a Sith. Eventually, Darth Plagueis, which is the Sith master who taught him, came and found him. I guess he, sensed him or whatever. Actually, no, he didn't sense him because one of the big things in the movies that people complain about is like, you know, as far as using the Force, the Jedi always sensing other things and sensing evil and stuff. It's like, how did you sense a Sith Lord right under your nose? But for whatever reason, he had this innate ability to cloak himself. So even as a kid, before he even really knew what the Force was and know how to control it, he was able to mask his abilities. Because even when Darth Plagueis first met him, he couldn't sense him. He couldn't sense his power. He couldn't sense that he could use the Force. So he ended up leaving the planet to go pursue his own stuff because he didn't want to do what his parents wanted him to do. And they came after him. And when they brought him back home, did they bring him back home? I think they brought him back home. And he got in touch with Plagueis, and Plagueis told him, listen, if you want to, get power, and you got to break away from your chains, you got to break away from what's holding you back. So he slaughtered his family. Which I know is kind of like nothing to laugh at, but that's kind of funny. It's like, you could have just left again, man. You killed your whole family, dude.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so he got into politics. He ended up becoming the chancellor of his planet because he organized the assassination of his predecessor. Of course, as you saw through the movies, he manipulated both sides of the war in order to gain power. He killed Darth Plagueis in his sleep after he learned how to, quote unquote, live forever, bring people back from the dead. It was actually kind of a ruse by Darth Plagueis because you can't technically bring someone back from the dead. Something that they didn't explain well in the sequel trilogies, how he was still alive, because that was like the big reveal that he was still alive, was that they were cloning bodies for him to jump into. So that's kind of how you live forever. That's how you come back from the dead. Like, you have to jump into another body, which is something that Darth Bane way back when learned how to do, but that's not canon anymore, so it doesn't count. But yeah,
so real to us.
Yeah, so that's kind of how he was able to still be alive in the Rise of Skywalker. Like, when he got thrown down the shaft on the Death Star, he didn't really die. He just kind of jumped to another body, and that was the whole cloning thing. Like, in the movie, when they go through and he's talking about being alive, they show a lot of the cloning tubes. That's what that was about. That was kind of a nod to the fans who understand. They're like, oh, they cloned his body. But for most people, they're like, okay, I don't know what the hell this is supposed to be. Like, they didn't do a good job of explaining all that, which leads me to believe that Snoke was probably just another version of Palpatine. He wasn't really his own person. I mean, I don't know much about Snoke at all. I haven't read any books or anything about him, so I might be wrong on that. That's just my thought. And that kind of leads me to believe that in The Mandalorian, because remember, The Mandalorian takes place after the second Death Star blew up. So that's right around when Palpatine supposedly died. Maybe they're after Baby Yoda because they're trying to use his body for the Emperor to jump into. Could be.
This is what they're doing all the tests and stuff for from the first season.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Either that, or they're trying to use his genetic makeup to make a body for the Emperor to jump into. So
a stronger vessel.
Yes. So
to
that
survive
might
longer.
be what it is. Yeah.
Because the little Yoda guy, he's age accelerated, but he's living for longer because he's so small, but he's 50 years old already.
Right. Yoda's species lives very long because when Yoda died, he was 900 years old. And he supposedly had been training Jedi for 800 years, which means he was training Jedi when he was 100. So Baby Yoda is 50. So in about 50 years, he's going to have to go through some type of growth spurt in order to be training Jedi. Unless Yoda was just, ahead of his time. Because, sometimes you have prodigies that just, at an early age, they can do stuff adults can't do. So I don't know. It might be something like that. But yeah, he found Darth Maul, took him under his wing to be his apprentice. I'm not going to go into a lot of Maul stuff. I might do a Maul pop talk eventually because he's got an interesting story. He's been through a lot. But yeah, that's the Emperor. I can't think of much else to say about him. He's one of the cooler characters. I know that because if you think about it, the Sith have the rule of two, which means there's only two of them. they came up with that. Actually, Darth Bane came up with that rule because one of the problems with the Sith, and one problem with most bad guys that you find in all the bad guy media, is when they team up, they might take down the hero, but then they always end up fighting each other to see who's going to be on top. Or if you have a bunch of bad guys, like in the old days of the Sith, you have a powerful Sith end up getting defeated by 2 or 3 lesser Sith. Like they'll team together to beat the more powerful Sith. But now you're diluting your own faction because none of you are as powerful as the people you're taking down. And now your enemies are staying more powerful because they're banding together and learning how to bring themselves up while you're fighting and bringing yourself down. So that's why Darth Bane created the rule of 2. One who's always going to be more powerful, and then the apprentice to one day take the mantle and then train another one to come up. So once you become powerful enough to beat your master, obviously you're more powerful than your master. And now you train an apprentice. And once that apprentice becomes more powerful than you, they're going to defeat you. So that means you're going to keep getting more and more and more powerful. So number 1, he was incredibly powerful. Number 2, in order to manipulate an entire galaxy into war, and the way he played politics and manipulated the Senate and everything for him to become the Supreme Chancellor, to gain supreme power, and to become the Emperor, that's just, come on, that's genius. Freaking genius. And then to take out his enemies who eventually would have taken him down, the Jedi, he turned the whole system against them to say, well, the Jedi tried to kill me, so now we're going to take our army, and our army is going to hunt down the Jedi. Oh, he just turned the Jedi into villains and made himself the hero of the galaxy. Fell swoop. It was just genius, man. And then getting Anakin to turn, like a lot of people feel like in that Mace Windu fight when he fought Palpatine, and he was shooting the lightning at the lightsaber and it kept bouncing back, and people are like, oh, Mace won that fight. No, he was manipulating Anakin because he knew Anakin was coming. So he needed Anakin to turn against the Jedi. So when Mace tried to kill him, knowing that Palpatine was the only person who could help him save his wife, who was the only person he really cared about, of course he was going to turn on Mace. He probably didn't mean to cut off his hand and get him killed, but he didn't want Palpatine to die because he had the secret to saving his wife. So it was all manipulation. And you could tell because as soon as Mace's hand got cut off, the Emperor was right back to full power. What did he say? Unlimited power. Because he knew he could have taken Mace out as easy as he wanted to. So, yeah, it was crazy. The Palpatine, he was a genius, man. And his fight with Yoda shows how powerful he was. Because Yoda was supposed to be the most powerful Jedi, and he beat Yoda. So, he would have beat Mace easily. So, yeah. When you talk about dark side and manipulation, and oh, boy, one of my favorite characters. Absolutely.
See, now the one thing I'm learning from you, though, to be honest, is like I kind of watch Star Wars now. I've never been a big fan that I literally know, like the back characters. I know like most of the popular characters stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the more you're talking to me, it's more and more intriguing, and I want to go back and watch the thing, and I want to see these characters develop in the story, as you're saying. It's
yeah. I mean, one of the things that's kind of disappointing in the age we live in, but that's kind of cool at the same time, is that sometimes you have studios or gaming companies or whatever, they'll push out a product without it being what I think is complete. So like in a movie, you'll have this whole story, and then anything that people don't understand, it's like, all right, write a comic book, write a backstory, and this is to help fill in the blanks. And that's cool for big fans of something, because being a Star Wars fan, you know, even if I don't read the book, now with YouTube, I could just see somebody do a video or something. It's like, oh, cool. And I'll learn about whatever it is. But for casual fans like yourself, Like you're not going deep into the books, the video games, the comic books, and all that stuff, the cartoons. You're just watching the movies and going, okay, I like the movies. But anything that's not really explained in the movies properly, it's like, all right, it's whatever it is. Like, so that's why now it's like, even in video games too, they'll make a game and it's like, okay, we'll throw in a bunch of downloadable content later to fix it. And it's kind of like, come on, man, just give us a complete thing. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, even if the movie makes sense, there's still always all the supplemental stuff that if you're really into it, you go and read. Because like with the Matrix did it, all the Marvel movies do it now, Star Wars does it, like, and it's just so cool that if I'm into it, I can go and find all this other content to get the backstory, even on characters that don't even need backstory. It's just kind of like, oh, okay, this character has a history. Cool. So it's kind of a good and bad thing. It's good because you can always get all this extra content. It's bad because sometimes you watch a movie and it's like, in order to understand it more, you have to read this book. And like, what if I don't want to go read that book? I just want to. I want to watch this movie and understand what's going on. I don't want to have to go read a book and play a video game. And if anything, those should be the Easter egg stuff. Like in The Mandalorian, you don't have to know the whole history of Star Wars. Like you can watch it and you can understand the story. Like for people who know Star Wars, we catch all the little Easter eggs and behind the scenes stuff, and we kind of say, okay, what's the broader picture? What's going on here? Because we know what's going on in the galaxy around this time. So we're like, okay, this is what's going on. So maybe it's this, maybe it's that. But for somebody who doesn't know Star Wars history, if you're just watching The Mandalorian, you're kind of like, okay, this is a cool little show about this bounty hunter who saved this kid and now he's trying to take her back to his people. You can get into the story and not have to get into all the, the Star Wars galaxy, history. So,
sure.
But
I mean, with The Mandalorian, I mean, I was worried that I was going to get lost in the story and that sort of thing. And when I started watching the first season after seeing you guys chat about it and saying season 2's coming, so I thought, let me watch it. And I got into it. And you're definitely right about the fact that you can actually watch Mandalorian easy enough without having to worry about knowing what's going on. You can still enjoy it as a show itself.
Right. And that's one of... Go ahead.
But watching you guys talk about and chat about these finer details... It kind of makes me want to look closer at, you know what I'm saying? Like it's really cool.
Yeah, I like stuff like that because when I watch something that I'm a fan of and I catch those Easter eggs or I catch those little nods to the fanhood, it's kind of like, okay, I like that they threw it in, but it's not like pushed in your face. And that's something that some studios and some shows, like they get too overboard with it, and it's kind of like everything becomes the same, as meaning to say, like with Star Wars, we all know the original trilogy, Han, Luke, Leia, all 9 movies basically, it's Vader, Luke Skywalker, Han, that's its own thing. But they had certain things where they want to connect everything to the movies. And it's like, everything doesn't have to be connected to the movies. This is a galaxy. Like there's all types of other stuff going on. So I don't need to see, like, if Boba Fett wasn't in the second season, which technically he only had that one little scene. So I don't know if we're going to see him again. I'm pretty sure we will, but like, it wouldn't matter if he's in it or not, It's like just having him there just to kind of give a nod that, yeah, he's alive. That was his armor. He's here. And I think they're just doing that because they're going to do spinoff shows anyway. But, if you have a character that you throw in for an episode to give them their shine and then do a spinoff show, that's fine. But even if you just had his armor without having the character himself, that's a connection that's cool. It's like, okay, Boba Fett's armor. So, either the Sarlacc spit it up or Boba Fett fought his way out and he had to take it off. Maybe he died, whatever. His armor is there. It's like, okay, Star Wars, Boba Fett, cool. So those are the Easter eggs I like. like the R5 droid from the first Star Wars still being on Tatooine, and this lady owns it, and it's like, okay, cool. You don't have to know who that droid is. I know who that droid is because I watched the movie a million times. I recognized it immediately. That was actually the first Star Wars action figure I ever had was that R5 droid. So it's like freaking awesome. So I hope they keep doing that in The Mandalorian, where it's just, yeah, we might bring in these characters from the other shows to kind of give them their shine while we spin them off to other stuff. But this show is going to be about The Mandalorian, not about the movies, not about the cartoons. This is The Mandalorian. So I'm very happy that they're giving us our nods to what's going on, but at the same time, they're keeping the show about them. I want to know what's going on with this baby Yoda, because again, Yoda, if I pulled out my Yoda pop, I couldn't tell you much about him. There's not that much info about Yoda. We don't have the name of his species. We don't know what planet he's from. We don't know anything about his species. Do they lay eggs? Do they bud off of plants? Do they conceive like humans? Like, we don't know. So it's kind of like,
was Yoda the only good of his species?
Right. Well, actually, no.
What if his species is naturally evil?
Right. Right.
It could be anything.
Yeah, exactly. In the Attack of the Clones, there was a female version of Yoda on the Jedi Council. Her name was Yaddle. So we know at least 2 of them. And I know in the comics there were more, but now that's not canon anymore. So I don't know if there's any other Yoda species out there. But in the comics there were more, but they kind of got rid of that. And still, even with them being there, we still don't know anything about them. I mean, Yoda's eyes, I think, were kind of like brownish green, and the baby Yoda, his are kind of like a darkish color, more of a dark black, I think. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know, but their eye colors don't match. So I don't know if he's a clone, but he's a something. So that's the more of the mystery for me. I want to know where this baby came from and what's going on with these Yoda species. So anyway, I'm gonna stop because we're already an hour into the show and we only went through 2 segments, so we actually talked a lot. Hey, Soul Vigor, glad you showed up.
How's it, bro?
Hearing us talk Star Wars. So we're gonna jump out of Star Wars and we're just gonna go into it. 2 dads and their jokes.
Finally got a name.
We didn't get a winner from last week because I don't think anybody voted. So
no, nobody voted. Oh,
nobody told us who won last week. So since you went first last week, no, did I go first? No, you went first last week. So I'm gonna go first this week. So I'm gonna hit you with. I'm gonna give you a simple one. This one is so stupid. What did one hat say to the other? You stay here. I'm gonna go on ahead. Yeah, that one was stupid. But you stay here. I'm gonna go on ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
That one sucked.
I'll give you this one. I don't trust stairs. They're always up to something.
Okay. All right. I don't know if I said this one last week, but I'm gonna say it, and we'll see. I've been crossing them off as I've been saying them. So
you're gonna try and kill me with the same thing again.
Yeah, no. It's definitely not that one. How many South Americans does it take to screw in a light bulb? A Brazilian.
That's a good one. I like that one. That's a good one. How's this one? What did the drummer call his twin daughters?
What?
And a 1 and a 2. It's so good. And a 1 and a 2.
Oh, that's a good. I've never heard that one.
I didn't either. Like, oh, bro.
Oh, that one is so good. And a 1 and a 2. Okay, all right. Okay. Oh boy, that's good. What am I? What do I
That's
do
one
to
of my
that
favorites
one?
this week. I like that one.
Oh, all right. What did the horse say when he fell down? I can't giddy up. All right. All right.
I need to write these ones down because my kids are gonna know it. Damn man, I haven't got one for. What magazines do cows read?
No, go.
Catalogs. Catalogs.
Oh, that was such a good one. Catalogs.
Catalogs.
Oh, I love jokes like that. That was a good one. Okay.
Catalogs.
Okay. Catalogs. All right. So there's our dad jokes. Oh boy. The Mandalorian, I need to see more and need to see more explanation where and what Yoda's evolved. Yes, exactly. That, but that's good that they're not explaining it. Like I definitely wanted to evolve slowly and naturally. I don't want them to just throw it all at us. So yeah. And yeah, that drummer joke was a good one. And a one and a two. I like that one. You know what? I'm gonna concede victory for that one. You got it. You got it.
Thank you. Finally.
Oh, but
Finally.
anyone
2 weeks of Jkl terror.
And if you guys hit us up in the comments, if you're watching the replay, hit us in the comments. Let us know who you think won. But I'm telling you right now, I got to give that one to Pop Heat. That was a good one. That drummer one was really good. And a 1 and a 2. Oh, and I've never heard it, so that's a good one.
That's a bonus, right?
And the catalog one, that was good. That was a good one. So you got me this week. All right, I gotta step it up for next week. Oh boy, that was good. All right, so now floor is open. What do you guys want to talk about? Anything in particular? In the pop world or just in the world in general? It doesn't have to be the pop world. No politics, no religion.
No politics and religion, but please.
You already know what we're going on, what's going on here in America. So yeah, we're not going there. Let me see. I know. Do you know who Evel Knievel is?
Yeah, I saw that. I know you 3 pops coming out, aren't they?
Yes, he's got some pops coming, and I was kind of surprised. I mean, as a kid, I was a Evel Knievel fan. I don't want to say huge because I don't think I was a huge fan, but most kids liked Evel Knievel because I mean he was like a stuntman jumping over stuff. It was cool.
I think it's at our, kind of like in our generation now, like without giving out our glorious ages. Yeah. But growing up in our generation, doing things like stunts and doing crazy things was the thing to do.
It was so cool. So
like Evel Knievel wouldn't be cool in today's age. So
right, you probably wouldn't because everybody and their mother with a GoPro was doing something crazy. So it's like you'd be like, whatever. But back then it was like, what? This guy's jumping over what?
Evel Knievel. What is he doing on that tightrope?
Yeah, it was awesome. So I definitely if I see it in store, I'll get one. I'm not going to pre-order it, but if I see it, I'll probably get it. Especially that chase. I like the chase one with him in the blue and the helmet. But
I like the motorbike one, but I'm just into motorbikes. That's why I like that one.
Yeah, I like that too. I'd have to see it though.
I can't picture myself spending anything more than €25 on it because that's what it's going to be. That's the price it's going to be. That's normally those rides are something in the region of $30 to $35, isn't it?
Yeah, they can go anywhere from 25 to 35 here. Right now it's selling for $30 here. So, and I can't see spending that for it. It doesn't look like it's worth that. But again, I have to see it. If it's a lot more detailed than it looks in the pictures, then it might be worth it. But I'm still not going to buy it for $30.
No, it won't. Like if I see it on a deal or something, then maybe yeah. But on prices, do you remember that? You know that Carnage blacklight. What did you say was the price when it went your side?
It was $15, I believe.
You see, now this is what intrigues me now about prices and everything is it went up briefly on the Euro store, on the European store, and it was up for €20.
Oh, really?
And what's funny for me is the euro is already stronger than the dollar.
Mm-hmm. So
right?
that means it was
And it's an
more.
American company, and they're still putting more money on it,
Right.
which I wouldn't think. You would stand to reason. You would think it would be a little bit less
Right.
in euro if you
Right.
understand the train of thought I'm going on.
The
And I was wondering, 20 euro. I'm like, what? That's
the only thing.
ludicrous. Like it's not even a euro two or euro like a euro or two higher. It's literally €5 higher than what the actual.
Right. The only thing I could think is maybe because having to ship it because it's across the country. Because I don't know if they have a warehouse or anything over there. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
but then shipping is also still so high. So
Yeah, I don't know. Somehow they know the black lights are popular, so they're like, all right, yeah, we're throwing these out there. We're gonna get money. It sucks, but yeah, I think that might be what it is. They're just trying to get some money.
I see Mr. Holly. Let's see if I can bring it up. Here we go. Oh, I did it!
There
Yay!
you
Yay! Mr. Holly English is saying there are the TLC the first music pops to have chase versions. I don't know this because I don't collect music.
I don't think so. The chases for those are freaking awesome, though. I already have.
They're the best chases in the town at the moment, I think.
Yeah, I have them on pre-order. I have. I was gonna do the pop roulette where I bought like 5 or 6 of them at a time and see if I can get a chase, but I only bought 2. I bought 2 of T-bars, 2 of chili, and I bought 3 of left eye. So I'm hoping to get at least one chase out
Yeah,
of
for
the
sure.
lot.
And let's hope you like Left Eye, so let's hope you get the
Yeah,
chase
that's
of
the
Left
one I
Eye
want.
because you said
That's
Left
the
Eye's
one
your
I
favorite.
want. That's why I bought 3 of hers. So if I get a left eye chase, I'll be happy. But
I'm just
if I
trying to
get
think
any
if
of them,
there's.
it'd be good. I'm actually looking that up, Holly, Mr. English, because
I think from what I can recall from music things, I think there's just other versions of the pop, not actual.
right, not actual chases, but I think they have been. I'm almost certain that they have been, but I just can't think off the top of my head. So actually, no, I don't think there have been any chases of any of the pop rocks, which is kind of weird.
I was
Because
actually. I
I
was
was thinking,
thinking of bands or groups when the
mhm,
whole TLC. Are there any boys to men pops?
nope,
Bro.
nope. And again, like I understand they have to get licensing for a lot of these people. Actually, no, they do have a chase. J Balvin. I don't know who
J
he
Balvin.
is, but yeah, they have a chase. I should have looked it up on the on the
That's
laptop
most
so I
probably
could put
that's
it
most
up on the
probably like an
screen.
NSYNC or something like. I don't know.
Oh no, they have a chase for ACDC, Angus Young,
Oh, okay.
and they have a chase for the Demon from Kiss. So yeah, they have some
Oh, okay.
chases, and I think there's an Elvis chase also. Oh, and um, did what's his name have a chase? I have to look it up, but didn't oh my god, Jimi Hendrix. I think they had a chase version
Yes,
of
Jimi
Jimi
Hendrix.
Hendrix.
He's got that the guitar burning, isn't it? Isn't that the chase version?
I don't know, but I think he does have a chase. So yeah, I can't tell you off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure he had a chase. So yeah, there's some chases out there. Oh boy, hold on. I should have brought it up on my laptop so that way I could throw the pictures out there for you. Images, share screen, boop, boop, bam. There they go. All right, now let me scroll. Here's I searched rock, and of course, the rock came up.
Naturally, the rock came up. Yeah.
Angus Young, the chase from
Yeah.
ACDC. I've actually saw the ACDC pops. I've never gotten any of them, but I really should. The one thing I kind of know is the J Balvin. I don't know who he is, but he's in the pop rocks line, so he has a chase.
I don't know who that is. I wonder. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Here's the Elvis. And they have this Jimi Hendrix, but
Yeah, you see, you
I
got that
don't
Jimi
know
Hendrix,
because
and then there's that one that what's his name likes too. He's always talking about it. It's Wayne, with the guitar in front. He's kneeling and he's got the guitar in front of him, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just
I
trying to
don't
picture
see
that
that.
now.
Oh, look at. I don't even. Is this real? The Michael Jackson with him as the Wolfman?
I don't
Man,
know.
I didn't know
It
this was a
looks really
thing.
enough. The guy's holding his hand. Like, that's
Is
really
that a
cool.
thing? Wow, I had no idea. I
Oh
knew they
man.
had Michael Jackson pops. I didn't know they had him as the Wolfman. Oh, I got to look that up, see how much it costs. But yeah, they're to answer your question, yes, they have chases of pop rocks. Oh my God.
Yeah. I
That
see. He
just
says
take yeah.
thanks there. He doesn't know who Michael what he's either. What's his name? Michael Bear. What's his name? I just said Michael.
Michael Jackson? Oh,
Oh,
J
you
Balvin.
saw Michael
Yeah.
Jackson. That's why. Yeah.
Michael Balvin.
Making known characters up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think predominantly they just got different versions of it. I mean, I know with Queen, they've got the younger Queen.
Yeah.
They've got the
Freddie
Queen, the Wembley
Mercury.
one
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah.
They got the one that's just got the belt. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't really recall anything else
Yeah. No,
besides
above
the
me,
two that
if
we
you can
saw now.
see it, where is it? I got a Biggie. I got a bunch of versions of Biggie. There's like 4 Kurt Cobains, but I only have 3 of them. Nirvana's like my favorite band. And
Are you
there's a couple of
excited for that
versions of
Nirvana
Tupac.
album?
Oh, if it's real. Because the
If
one
it's real.
I
So far,
posted,
I haven't seen. I've just seen the Black Sabbath.
yeah,
I've seen
that
the
looks pretty cool.
AC/DC.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool too.
Oh, I must try and find it because someone was posting concepts of these albums.
Yeah, I
Let me
posted
see if
2
I can find
concepts
it.
on my Instagram.
Was it you, or was it someone
I don't
else?
know if the ones you're talking about are the ones I posted, but I posted a Nirvana and a Michael Jackson concept that I found, which I think both of those are pretty cool looking. But I know some people have been creating concept album covers and putting them out there, so a lot of them look pretty good. I think maybe you sent me the list. You might have sent me the list of some leaks. By the
I'll
way,
send you
guys,
two or
behind
three.
the scenes, we find leaks and we don't tell you. No.
But
The Carter from Lil Wayne, his is supposed to be coming, so that might be album number 5. So any Lil Wayne fans out there, the Carter 5, the Carter 3, I believe is the name of the album. That
what
pop album should be coming.
I wanted to ask you about, because you got the Big E album. You know that case. The two things I want to ask. The pop itself, it's smaller, but is it very small? Is it bigger than like the keychain?
No, it's bigger than a keychain. It's about the size of a Pokemon pop, like the Squirtle you have. No,
Yeah,
Bulbasaur you
Bulbasaur.
have. It's about that big. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like super tiny like a keychain. It's definitely got a good size to it. So I was
And then
happy with that.
the
Because
case itself, does that open?
no, it doesn't open. It's sealed at the bottom. Yeah, when I
That's
looked at it
pretty
in
cool.
my video, I was kind of like, does it open? And it really can't open. So
And the reason I think it's cool is because it doesn't. It kind of forces you to keep something as one, isn't it?
yeah, that's
Keep
pretty
the
cool.
thing together,
I wanted to open it. And since I got 2, I was kind of like, I should try to open it, but I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna mess with it.
To be
I
honest,
mean, it would be cool if you could open it.
I would just open it just to investigate, just to check it out. To be honest, like
Yeah,
take a
I
closer
wanted to
look
get
at the pop.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. But yeah, it doesn't really open. It's sealed. So I'm not going to mess with it. But I was very happy with those. I was just like, oh my goodness, my Biggie album. It's so cool. I cannot wait to get the Linkin Park one. If that one looks as good as it does in person, as it does in a picture, oh my goodness. And Holly English, that Michael Jackson, I believe it's real. I mean, I'll have to look it up. I know they have a Michael Jackson pop, but I didn't know they had the Wolfman Thriller chase. That seems like, and it looks real because the guy's holding it in his hand, and it looks like he's next to his car. So
Yeah,
I
and
don't know if it's a custom.
it doesn't look like it's a cheap rip-off line or anything. It actually looks like a legit pop. Like,
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to research that a little bit more because if that's real, then I want it.
but it's really cool though, isn't it?
That definitely looks pretty cool. So all right. Oh, also, anyone watching, anybody watching, anybody out there? No. If you have an Instagram, you might get an Instagram message from me. So keep a lookout for that. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
So yeah, I don't know. Is that it? Are we going to go more? Oh, I just found, okay, the Dwight that dropped on the Funko shop was Dwight as Pam, not Dwight as Meredith. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Because based on the picture, I thought it was Meredith. So it's Dwight as Pam. Let's see if I can find it. Again, it was one of those Funko drops that I didn't really care about. It was like, whatever. But is it not on there anymore? They took it off already? Okay, never mind. It's not there. It's on my phone, but on my other phone, but it's not on the Funko shop on the site. So something crazy is going on. But all right. So is that it? Are we gonna call it for the day? You got something?
Let's call it for today and get excited. Before we sign off, what do you got planned for the week?
Well, my new day's off for Thursday, Friday. So tomorrow I'm off. I'm probably just gonna relax all day. I have to go food shopping because I realized I didn't take any meat out and I don't have any I won't say I don't have any food. I don't want you guys thinking I'm destitute. I'm broke. Like this guy's got $6,000 worth of pops and no food. No, I got food. What I mean is I didn't have anything. If you don't take out your meat to defrost to cook your dinner, you're like, okay, well I got this. I can still make dinner. Yeah, I didn't have anything to make. And I'm like, oh, now I got to order food. And I don't like ordering out much because I enjoy cooking. So I like to cook my own meals. And it's always more cost effective to cook your own meals. And I don't mind being in the kitchen, doing my Julia Childs thing. That's an old reference. I know some of you guys don't know who she is. It's pretty much the best cook since Emerald. So, yeah. But that's it. Oh, I got some videos coming out. I have a Chalice Collectibles mystery box that I just did. Here's the box.
I've heard of them.
Boom. Chalice Collectibles. I get my pop protectors through them, and every once in a while they do mystery boxes. I did a Chalice Collectibles mystery box a long time ago with my daughter, and they had another one, so I got that coming. I've got what other? A Poptopia. I don't think I got it in the mail yet, but that one should be coming. You reminded me of the Heroes Hideout. I have that video. I forgot I even took that video. So I guess that's going to be coming. And I got something interesting coming too that you guys will see soon. So yeah, I got stuff going on.
I think I've got one video coming out this week. I bought an interesting pop. I didn't expect myself to actually buy it. And I looked at it and I was like, I'm getting it. And I placed the order. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
Really, I'm excited to see it in person. So can't wait for it.
Awesome.
Hopefully it comes tomorrow.
Because you need something to record. I hope it comes. I need to record.
It's easier when you get unboxing. I'll tell you.
Yeah. See, for me, my issue usually ends up being that I have a bunch of stuff recorded, but sometimes I just don't feel like editing. So I'll have a bunch of stuff recorded and it's like, oh, I got to edit all this. And you'll see in some videos, it's like just a video. You hardly see any editing. It is what it is. I just threw it out there. Boom, here you go. And then you see some videos, I put so much time and effort into the editing. It's like, oh, this is going to be so cool. Like my Biggie video.
The Biggie video was really cool. I really enjoyed that actually.
It took me so long. And it wasn't even to where I wanted it to be as far as the editing. Like the beginning with the songs and stuff, I had it set up a certain way. And then I loaded it and it got flagged. And I was like, damn. I mean, it wasn't a problem because my channel's not monetized, so I could have put it up, but certain parts of the video would either mute or it's gonna cut the video that's flagged. So I reworked it and I uploaded it again, it got flagged. So I reworked it, I uploaded it again, it got flagged. I reworked it, I uploaded it, it didn't get flagged. I left it for like a day, It didn't get flagged. I said, all right, it's going out like that.
But I know with like a lot of the wrestling videos I did, I would say like I would do like if I'm reacting to like a compilation or something. If you don't get a compilation, if you make your own compilation, it's so much more difficult because you get flagged on everything.
Right.
But you take the lazy route out, you take someone else's compilation, you react to it, give them credit and stuff. It's so much easier because then you don't get flagged as much.
Right. Right.
But the thing is with wrestling, there's so much new stuff developing. If you know what I mean, like this gets flagged, that gets flagged, but it wasn't getting flagged in the last video, but it's getting flagged this video. It's crazy.
Right.
So yeah.
Oh, he's a great big event. Thanks, Holly. Thank you. I'm so glad that you liked it. I've worked really hard on that video. And for those who don't know, I still do all my editing on my iPhone. I do my recording and editing on my iPhone. I don't have any fancy program. I don't have a super laptop. Like so
yeah.
Anything I do, it really takes work to do now. And if you watch any of my earlier videos and you watch the ones I do now, you can imagine how much work I actually put into some of these videos on my phone.
I don't mean this in hate on Android, but Android would suck with editing. iPhone is awesome, in the sense it takes time. I agree with you.
Yeah,
editing on the phone or tablet or something, it's nuts. But I just keep reminding myself it'll be worse on Android.
Yeah. Well, I really don't know. I've never had an Android. I mean, since the iPhones come out, that's the only phone I've had, and it works for me. Like a lot of people get into the phone wars. This one's better, and you guys suck. And listen, I'm not an Apple products lover. I don't bow down to them. iPhone works for me.
It does though. I mean, I was Android almost all the time. And I think up to last year or the year before, I moved to iPhone products like the tablet and the phone. So much better.
Yeah.
But time-consuming with editing. Don't let it fool you that it's easier on the phone. It's still time-consuming.
It definitely takes time, especially if you want to get like little details and stuff right. It's like, and there's a lot of stuff it can't do. But luckily, I'm not into like super duper editing. I'm just kind of like trying to put together some cool videos. So it does what I needed to do. That's all I care about. So, I'm not like big Android hater or anything like that. I use my iPhone, plain and simple.
Easy as that.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
So exactly. So yep, that's I got videos coming. I got stuff. I always have stuff coming. So, and you've got stuff coming. We both got stuff coming.
Yeah.
Come join us next week, 4:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 GMT.
9:30, I think it is.
9:30 GMT.
9:30 GMT. GMT sounds like a GMT. Yeah, somewhere around there. It'll be on the little pictures that we post up everywhere.
Yeah,
see the
check out our Instagram. Check out our other YouTube pages. I'm just gonna flash some stuff along the screen because we gotta go. Redman is my other channel. Rag85.
I threw up the links to our main channels and stuff down in the description as well. So if you can,
yes, in the description you'll find all our extracurricular activities. So yes, I'm an Android owner and Apple is the deal. We got to convert. Don't let the Android lovers hear you say that. All right, guys. Like, subscribe, share the love. For those of you who showed up, we appreciate you showing up. Thank you. For anyone watching this on replay, we appreciate you watching the replay. I guess that's it. You see me next time.
Peace.
I didn't want to just jump out without giving you something to say.